Okay. In the name of research, I needed some more resin, so I'm like, okay, we'll get another Amazon kit and compare it. Well, if you are looking for a kit, I'm going to say this. If you're looking for a kit to try resin pouring, and you are not entirely sure you are going to enjoy the craft, and you don't want to invest a whole lot in trying this craft, this is the kit you want. I will say that. If you want to try resin pouring and are like, this is something I really want to do, I want to go wholeheartedly into it, you can pass on this kit. You can pass on this kit. It's a great dip into the craft kit. It is not a great jump into the craft kit. And the only reason it's not a great jump into the craft kit is the size. These are the bottles of resin. So you have your epoxy resin A and your hardener B. These are the size of the bottles. These aren't going to get you very far, folks. But if you're looking for something inexpensive to just try the craft with, this is not a super investment. This is not a great investment. Or this is not a great big investment to try something new. So there's your bottle of resin and hardener. Your other basics, they do provide you with the deli style gloves. That's what's in here. There is a little instruction booklet. I don't know where mine went. That gives you the basics on mixing and all of that. You get a couple basic molds. This mold I already have, but I have discovered you can never have too many like basic little molds. This mold's kind of cool. It makes one of those little crystal-like pendants. Oh yeah, it's got the little thingy. It's got the little tab. This is a little tab. I'll put a hole in it. So those are your molds. It's got keychain findings. I am missing one. I don't know where my fourth one went. It's got jump rings to attach to your keychain findings, earrings, and necklaces. I do like these necklaces better than the first kits because they're black, so that goes with everything. You don't have to worry about matchy. You get little mixie cups. Oh, these are the little teeny tiny. I think they only go up to 30 milliliters, which with those little molds, you're not going to need more than that in one time. It's a nice little, these are actually really nice. These look like they'll clean out fairly well. I'll try it and find out, because these actually have markings for 5, 10, and 15 milliliters. Oh, and 25. They go up in 5s. The big silicone cups I have only go up. They go up in 10s, but they're labeled in 20s. Some of my smaller stuff, this will be nice. Oh, you get mixing implements. So you get these little mixing implements. You get stir sticks. These are just popsicle sticks like you can buy at the craft store at Dollar General. These do, if you wipe them off right away, they are reusable to some degree. You just gotta wipe them down right away. These little spoons are nice for your glitters, your mica powders. Makes it a little bit easier to scoop it and put it in there. That's a nice little feature. Again, tweezers that are not, I mean, they're not spectacular. They're not as cheap as that other kit's. But that, some gold foil flex. These are fun to put in. I just shot it under the table. Some confetti, glittery confetti. Oh, like an opal-y confetti. These are kind of cool. Some steampunk charms. These are actually like metal, I think. Got like plastic buttons. These would be fun to make jewelry out of. But these are kind of cool. Gears, steampunky. And then these flowers, which are super cool. And they're just big enough to go in most of these molds. And then some sandpaper to sand down your item once you pull it out of the mold. Because you do need to do that with some stuff. So, like I said, this is not the biggest kit you can get. This is not the most elaborate kit you can get. This is the kit I would get if my kid, I know, I don't have kids, but if I had kids and my kid said, Mom, I'm watching these resin pouring crafts on social media and I want to try it, this is the kit I would get. It's not a big investment, but it's enough to say, okay, we like this, we're going to do this more, or, well, that was a fun one-time thing. You know, it's so for what it cost, definitely nice. I'll let you know how the resin works out. I've got some reviews on the 2 types of resin that I've already gotten. I bought this because I needed more resin. There's not going to be enough resin. So I'm either going to have to slow down on the resin crafting or just buy some resin. But that's my review on this kit. Okay, so quick evaluation of the 3 resin kits that I started with. This was the first one that just kind of blawed me. Maybe if you're starting and it's not a horrible kit, but like this and this are not nearly as big. These things are not nearly as big as they appear in the picture, for one thing. As far as there was a little bit of everything in this kit, definitely there was a little bit of everything in this kit, and you could try multiple things, you know, these type of necklaces, these molds, cup pen holders, the coaster. Hi, Bandy. Bandy says hello. Molded keychains and whatnot. You know, there was a little bit of everything. If you're like, I'm not really sure about trying this, it's not too terrible. It came with mica powders, which of course I have everything. I'm reusing the boxes. I have my molds in this one right now. So it came with like the mica powder, which is a cool colorant. And it was relatively decent price point to get you started if you're thinking this is a craft you want to do. The resin was not horribly bad to work with. I used the resin from this kit to make this tic-tac-toe board. I attempted to paint the mica powder onto the wells. That didn't work out so well. But yeah, the resin, I mean, it worked nice. It dried smooth. There's not a whole lot of bubbles in it. So, this is, I think, one of the, you know, maybe a couple of little bubbles, but overall, this kit was not too bad. It was a little spendy if you're looking for just a basic, I want to try it kind of kit. And I still feel a little underwhelmed by this, especially considering, you know, you get these pictures of these nice, big, huge things, and they're not nearly that big. That's the actual size of that. That looks bigger in the picture. Okay. So, this was a nice kit. This one, the second one I tried, the resin was a little bit more bubbly. But it still wasn't too bad. You did get a couple molds, but you only got basic molds, which I think is probably, I think as far as if you are a person who is like, okay, I want to start a resin pouring, I don't have any equipment, I need the stuff, this kit is the better one. You know, especially if you're going to keep with it, because you get pigment colors, which I don't have anything up here that I pigment color. Oh, wait, yes, I do. I was playing with how to pour the colors in. That's pigment coloring. You know, and I was playing with adding it, so it looks a little weird, but you do get some glitter, you get some gold foil, you get a mold. It's a good starter kit if this is something you're going to continue. Of all of the kits, probably this one here is, in my opinion, the best starter kit. If you are just like, I don't know, this resin pouring looks kind of cool, I want to try it, but I'm not too sure about it, this little kit that I got in this black bag, which of course is not all in there, you'll see the clip of what's all in it, is gonna be an excellent option because your bottles are not at all very big. There's not a ton of, you know, you get some coloring powder with it. You get the mica powder, which the mica powder is the colorant for like a glittery look. This was colored with mica powder. It gives you that kind of glittery, and people like this coloring. But this kit was definitely, like, as far as price point, if you're not really sure if you're going to like resin pouring, definitely go with this kit. Just because you're not going to be investing a whole lot into it. So, like I said, I repurposed the boxes. This has got all of my molds in it. This has got my my liquid colorants and the add-ins, and then I put all of my pots of mica powder and stuff in there, just because that's how I organize my life. I did buy the tic-tac-toe board mold as an extra. The only thing that is challenging with the tic-tac-toe mold is you can only mold 2 X's and O's at a time, and there's really not another option for tic-tac-toe board. You know, it's not going to be as big as this one. There is one out there that's you can mold, I think, 3 sets of X's and O's, which technically I think is still not enough. No. But, I mean, you know, outside of the fact that it's a little time consuming because, well, it's a little lengthy because you're molding 2 at a time, or 4 at a time. It does come with a small board. This is supposed to be glow in the dark because this kit had glow in the dark mica powders. This does not glow. Sorry, none of the glow in the dark mica powders glow. They don't. Out of this kit, so that was kind of disappointing. I did a couple things with the feathers. I really am not, or with the dried flowers. Not really impressed with the dried flowers because they're very stemmy. And so you have to kind of pluck the dried flowers off. I don't know if that's just a thing with little dried flowers or whatnot. The feathers that came in this kit seem a little bit big. For the various molds. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to use for those. But I'm going to use those with. But overall, I do enjoy the resin pouring. I am going to continue it. I will possibly offer some stuff for sale once I kind of figure out one thing that all of the resin pouring things that I've looked at, read at, said to do is to keep a notebook. And that is very good for how much resin you need for the molds. Since it doesn't tell you, and I realize that every resin is going to be a little bit differently, but generally, overall, all 3 resins from the 3 kits measure out about the same. So, I do have more resin coming today, so I can play more. But I'm going to actually have to do some sewing next week. So, maybe I'll share my adventures in sewing with you. Because I really don't know what to talk about as far as the infertility stuff. I mean, I guess you guys have any questions you can ask. You guys have anything you want to see me doing, you can ask. I have to go downstairs and get it. I bought a domino set mold, and I bought paint markers to paint in the little dominoes. I'm also going to buy a dice set mold and make my own dice. I have lots of things I want to do with the resin, but... So yeah, I have lots of things I want to do with resin crafting because I like it. It's fun. It's something different and unique. Well, it's not really all that unique because everybody's doing it, but definitely want to offer these as scissor fobs, needle minders, and such, because I will use these as scissor fobs and needle minders because not all of my scissors have fobs. You can see. Oh wait, you can't see because my scissor fob collection is over here. My scissor collection. This is not all of it. You gotta have fobs for your scissor collection, right? Right. So, that's been resin pouring. That's been the last 2 weeks of my life, is playing with resin. I'll probably I'm gonna play with it more, but trying to organize my craft room. Holy Lord, love a duck. All of that fabric is still kind of 6 ways from Sunday in here. I gotta figure out some way of organizing it and storing it because there's still stuff in the garage that I need to get into the house, and I just don't know where to put it. I've started stacking that behind me right here. You can see the door. That's a closet. I have that sucker full. Like, legitimately, it's full of a lot of stuff. There's some stuff I think that I can come out and put in a different closet. But that's it. That's it for resin pouring. I've been pretty blah this last couple of days. I was text messaging Joe earlier. I was like, I have no motivation to do anything. None. It's a little bit cool to go lay in the pool. And it's supposed to get stormy this afternoon, so I don't think pool's going to happen today, which bums me out immensely. Because I bought the pool because I want to use the bleeping pool. I haven't been able to use the bleeping pool. Such is life. Hopefully it's not too stormy tomorrow because market's tomorrow, and I didn't go to market last week because the weather was supposed to be rough, and it wasn't. So we're going to go this week, and I guarantee you it's going to be rough. Because that's just how my luck goes. It's just how my luck goes. But at least I will have Joe with me to help if the weather does get rough, and we can kind of pack things up and run, I guess. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. I don't really have. I don't know what to talk about. I don't know. Because I'm still not doing a whole lot. I mean, I'm very awkward about filming in public, so maybe I just need to get over that and start filming my adventures. Because I do need to go to Giant Fabrics at some point in the near future. But I guess I just need to get over my awkwardness. And this hair situation is gonna get remedied. So I went with a nice cute purple hair color. And it's really cute, but it washes out horridly bad. Like after a week, I had no purple left in my hair. Probably not after a week, because you know there is some, but like if she's gonna have to re-dye this whole head next week, no, it's like a week and a half. If she's gonna have to re-dye my whole hair, we're gonna switch colors because I can't afford to keep getting it re-dyed every 6 weeks. It's a bit pricey, bit spendy. So, sorry. I hope you've enjoyed the dive into resin crafts and I'm a noob, but this is what I've learned, resin crafting. Because we all have to start somewhere, right? And I'll show you some more of my good stuff, and I'll show you some fails when I have them, because I actually did have one fail already. And I was very upset about it. And so it just kind of ended up in the garbage, and I don't know where it's at. Sometimes if you don't mix the resin right, it doesn't set. It doesn't get nice and hard. It stays malleable. But I've also learned that sometimes, even after the 24-hour cure, when you demold, it's still a little bit malleable. I'm going to read the resin that I have coming. The company I have resin coming from, they have a kit that I want to get that I think would be like an optimal starting kit. But the kit's unavailable right now, so I'm gonna read their bottles because like this one from the little black bag, it actually says you can demold it after 8 hours, which in something like the tic-tac-toe set would be really helpful because you could demold it, let it finish curing. You could demold it, pour some new, but let it finish curing on the table, like just chilling on the table or whatever. So I do have to figure out where I'm storing all of this stuff because I have a lot of stuff. So long for this week. Thank you for joining me.